today we are going to discuss very interesting topic. That is what we call it as the array. Yes. Do you know what is exactly array? Yes.
Array is a collection of homogeneous elements.
Okay.
Array is having fixed size.
Okay.
Better to use to store the element in sequential form.
Okay, good. See, before going for array, let me show you one thing. Very simply, we have created the variables in a Java, local variables like this one. See, integer num is equals to 10. Integer num is equals to 10. So in this one, it created the num as a variable. Okay, and in that one, initial value is 10. Now, if I have to assign the 20, okay, so I can write here num is equals to 20. Okay, then I can write here num is equals to 30. Num is equals to, I can simply write here 30. Okay, like this. So see, initially we have created the num as a 10. Okay, in the num we have assigned the value as a 10. Next we assign 20. Now it is current value of num is 30. Okay, so now if you want to get the 10 and 20, can you get it? Yes.
Yes.
Can you get 10 and 20? Yes, no. If I try to display system.out.println in a bracket, okay, I displayed the num. What will be the output? Yes, what will be the output here?
10, 20, 30.
Is it 10, 20, 30 or only 30?
Sir, only 30.
Only 30. Because, why? Because normal variable can store only one value. Only one value at a time. Normal variable can store only one value at a time. Only one value at a time. So if we have to store, if we store the multiple values or we assign the multiple values, so previous value will be get override by the new value. So when I assign 10, 20 and 30, let's test the value of the num is 30. So output will be a 30. Output will be a 30. But as my requirement is that I want 10, 20 as well as a 30. So what is the solution? I can create a integer num1 is equals to 10. I can write a integer num2 is equals to 20, and I can write a integer num3 is equals to simply I can say 30. So in this way, I can create a 3 separate variable to store 10, 20 and 30. Okay, but it is okay that if I need only 3 values, I can create a 3 variables. But assume like I need to store the 100 values. Assume like I need to store the 100 values, or I need to store the 1000 values. So it is not a good practice. It's not a good practice to create that many number of variables. Whenever we are working with the multiple values. So what is the solution? Solution for that one is that solution is we can say array. Solution is simply array. So rather to create a multiple variables to store value. We create a array. So
Okay.
no need to create a multiple variables. No need to create a multiple variables, we can say. But creating a variable is okay. We can say creating multiple variables is okay if number is less. Okay, but if we have to store the multiple values, then it's not a good practice to create a number of variables like this. Okay, so that if we have to store 100, we have to store 100 or 1000 values. It's not feasible to create as many variables. Then what is the solution? What is solution for that one? Solution is a array. So I can say about variable. What is array? Array is a collection of elements. Array is a collection of elements. Having the same type. See, this is very important. Array is a collection of elements having the same type. Type is nothing but the data type. So array is a collection of elements having the same type stored in a contiguous memory locations. So array is a collection of elements having the same type stored in a contiguous memory location. So why it is used? See, very simply I can say it's used to store multiple values. It's used to store multiple values under single variable name. Single variable name, we can say. So even though we have to store the multiple values, we don't need to create a multiple variables like this one. We can create only single variable. And through that single variables, we can access that multiple values. And that is exactly the purpose of, we can say, array. That is exactly the purpose of, simply we can say, array. So next we can say array is index based. Array is index based. Array is a index based. That is, index start from 0. Hence last element index is n minus 1. Assume n minus we can say 1, where n is size. We can say n is a size. That means that if we have the 10 elements, so first element index is 0, second one, third 3, 2, fourth 3, like that one, 10th element having index as a 9. That is 10 minus 1, 9, we can say. Okay, so next I can say in Java array is in a Java, array is more dynamic in nature. Array is more dynamic in nature. Array is more dynamic in nature. Yes, what is it mean by more dynamic in nature means what? We can allocate memory. We can allocate memory. We can allocate memory at a run time. We can allocate memory at a run time by using new. We can allocate the memory at a run time by using a new. Okay, and hence it avoid wastage of memory. It avoid wastage of memory as well as shortage of memory. Shortage of memory, as it is like it is allocating the memory at a runtime. It is allocating memory at a runtime. That means what? Whenever we are going for the allocation, whenever we are going for the memory allocation, it is simply asking there itself that how many elements you want. You are saying that I want a 10, so it will allocate memory for 10. Okay, or it will allocate, it will, if you say that I want to allocate memory for 100, so it will allocate the memory for 100. Okay, and when it is asking, it is not asking at a compile time, it is asking at a run time. It is asking at a run time, and hence it will avoid the memory wastage as well as a memory shortage. It is not like, see, in the Indian marriages, in our Maharashtrian marriages too. Okay, when there is a marriage, they will ask how many people will come for the marriage. They people don't know exact number, but still they are asking and saying that okay, might be 1,000 people will come, or 1,500 people will come, or 2,000 people will come, like that one. They will probably say the number. Okay, why they are asking? Because they have to make the food. They have to make the food. But sometimes what happen? They given the number as 100, or they given the number as 1,000. Okay, and people came 2,000. In that case, there is a shortage of a food. Okay, or sometimes they given the number as a 2,000 and people came as a 1,000 or 1,500. In that case, there is a wastage of a food. Okay, why? Because they are simply deciding number of people at a compiled time or before the marriage. What exactly the runtime means? What runtime means? What? At the marriage time itself, as the guests come, counter will increase. As the guests come, counter will increase. Like, so if such a kind of facility is available, then there will be no wastage or there will be no shortage, because as the guests entered in the hall, marriage hall, okay, counter is increasing. So exact number of people came to the marriage can be count at a runtime, and that is what same happen while using the array. That is what same happen by using the array, because it is asking you how many blocks you have to allocate, how many memory blocks you have to allocate. It is decided at a runtime, okay, not at a compile time like a marriages. And because of that it avoid the wastage of a memory as well as a shortage of a memory. Here guys, what I'm saying? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, but still again this have a problem. This have a disadvantage. This have a disadvantage. What disadvantage? No doubt memory is allocated at a runtime by using a new, but still once memory is get allocated, once memory is get allocated, we can't change the size. We can't change the size. This is what the problem with the Java array. Even though it is in dynamic nature, it is a dynamic in nature. Still, once memories get allocated, we can't change the size. We can't change the size. And hence, if like we counted the people at the marriage, okay, that how many people came. But sometimes what happen, some people will not wait to the end of the marriage. What they do, they simply come, they visit, okay, and they go. They will even not attend the marriage. So assume like you counted the people as 1500. Okay, but from that 1500, 100 people will not, 100 people have not attended the marriage till the end, till the food time. As in our Maharashtrian marriages, it happens. Okay, food will be after the marriage only. Okay, so 100 people went out without having the food. But we have counted, we have made the food of a 1500. Then what about in that case? In that case, there is a wastage. Sorry, there is a shortage or wastage. Sorry, there is a wastage. Okay, exactly same way, exactly same way. After the memory allocation, after the counting, okay, as counting done, food is ready, everything. And if assume 100 people came, even then in that cases, even then in that cases, there is a shortage of memory. So even we are allocating a memory at the run time. Okay, because of this nature, as once memories get allocated, we can't change the size. It leads for it leads for leads for wastage wastage or shortage of memory, we can say. No doubt. Then what is solution for this one? Solution is, yes, solution is, we can say, collection framework. Solution is what? Collection framework. Collection framework. So in Java, there is a very important concept, a collection framework, which is used to overcome this advantage of array. So in a collection framework, we can store multiple elements. We can store multiple elements in the memory, which size can be changed even after memory allocation. So size can be changed, size can be increased, or size can be shrink. That is what the decrease at a run time. So we will see this topic, collection framework, in the detail afterward. Okay, clear about this? Yes,
Yes.
guys. Yes, no.
Yes.
Okay. Then there is another one disadvantage with this array, that only one type of elements, only one type of elements, only one type of elements can be stored, can be stored in array at a time. Only one type of elements can be stored at a time, and it is according to the data type of array. That means that if we have created the integer array, we can store only integer element in that. If we have created the character array, we can store only character element in that. If we have created the float array, we can store only float type of elements. Even if we have created the employee type of array, if we have created the employee type of array, we can store only employee type of elements in that. Okay, so this is again the big concern, this is again the big problem. So again, this problem is also solved by using collection framework. So solution for this one is also, what is solution for this one? It is the collection framework itself. So in the collection framework, we can create or we can store multiple elements with a different type, type. So that is what the again the second disadvantage again overcome by using the collection. So Again, like see, again, third drawback is there. Third drawback is there. Memory required. See, memory required, memory required, memory required should be contagious. Should be contagious. Okay, it is like a row house kind of sitting arrangement. It is kind of a row house kind of. See, 1, 2, 3. Okay, all the homes will be like attached with each other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that one. So such a kind of memory allocation should be necessary. Such a kind of memory should be available in the memory. Okay, to store the array. Okay, but in again sorry, if in this case, if a discrete kind of memory is available, contiguous memory is not available, in that case again there is a problem to allocate the memory in the array. So again the solution for this one is a collection framework. So collection framework, in that one we have the linked list type of structure, or it can store the blocks it anywhere, but just they can linked with each other. So again, this problem will be get overcome by the collection. So this is what exactly the problems with, or the disadvantage with the array. Okay, and that all can be solved by using the collection. That means what, all the disadvantage of the array can be overcome by the collection. That means what, whatever the task done by the array, whatever the task done by the array, that can be done by using the collection framework. Then here in your mind question can become that, then why array? Why we are not using only the collection framework? Why we are not using the collection framework? So there is little advantage of the array over the collection framework, is that array is faster than array is faster than collection framework. Array is faster than collection framework classes. Actually, in the collection framework there are the classes. Okay, so it is a faster. So whenever we have to visit each element of the array, array is a faster. So whenever we need the speed, whenever we have to access the elements, we should go for the array. Not a collection framework. Okay, and another thing I can say, internally some collection uses array only, so internally, that means what we call it as the abstract way. It is internally using a array only. Okay, so that is what basic thing I can say about the array. So what I said, it is used to store multiple values under a single variable name. It is used to store multiple values under a single variable name. And very important thing I said, it is a collection of elements. Having the same type stored in the contiguous memory location. So this was very basic introduction. About the array. Is it clear? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So to understand this, I just go to the paint. Okay, and I will create one simply array. See, it will be like this one I just created. Okay, this is my array I created. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then 6. Okay, exactly same size is not there. Assume. Okay, so it is what I created. So here actually it is the 0. Okay, then it is the 1, it is the 2, it is a 3, okay, then it is a 4, then it is a 5, okay, and then it is a 6 like this one. So such a kind of memory allocation will be there. Assume like this is my array. So all these are called as index. All these we are called as a index here. Okay, this have some memory allocation. Okay, this have some memory allocation. And as we said that we are using the new to allocate the memory, and hence it allocate the memory at a heap only. It allocate the memory at a heap only. So here there is a heap, and somewhere else there will be array. So internally it will create a. So this is what. So if I have to store like a RAM, okay, I can store here, or I just make it as a 10, okay, 20, I can say 30, then I can say 40, okay, then 50, okay, 60,
17
okay, and then okay, like that one. So in this way, I can store the elements. Assume like this one. Okay. So it is what how we can store the element in that. This is what how we can store the element in the. So multiple elements with the same type with a contiguous memory location. With a contiguous memory location. Okay. And why it is a faster? See, from 0 to 1 or 1 to 2 or 2 to 3, if we have to travel, that means our time interval between a two contiguous element. Okay. It is a constant. So 0 to 1 and 1 to 2, both the time will be same to access the elements. And hence it is a faster than other collections classes, we can say. And hence whenever we need a speed to access the elements, we should prefer the array, not a collection framework. That is what I can say about this one. Okay, so this is what very basic thing, basic introduction about array. Then I can say there are a different types of array. There are different types of array. So I can simply say types of array. Types of array. So what are the types? So I can say the if I consider one, so it is a one dimensional array. 1D I can say one dimensional, okay, array, one dimensional array, or I can say second two dimensional array, two dimensional array, okay, or I can say three dimensional array, okay, three dimensional array or multi-dimensional array, multi-dimensional, multi-dimensional array. Okay, and then there is another one kind of array, we call it as the jagged array. Jagged array, it is array of arrays, it is an array of arrays, we can say. So these are the types of array, these are the types of array. If we understand one, then others will be very simple, we can access that one. But I will show you exactly the difference. I will show you the exactly difference, what exactly the difference of these arrays we can see. So I just again go to the pen tool here, okay, and in that one, okay, I just try to create a multiple array. So one dimensional array, or which I have shown in the picture, it was like a one dimensional. See, it is like a one dimensional array. In that one, I just create a, yes, I just create a one, okay, two, three, okay, and four. Okay, here as you guys observed here, I have created here a zero. Okay, this is the zero, then we can say one, then it is the two, okay, then it is the three, and then it is the four. Like this is what the index. Okay, in that one we can store the type like a 10, okay, then 20, then we can say 30, okay, or I can say 40, then here 50, okay, and then here I have put it a 60. So such a kind of array, this array is called as a 1D array. This is called as a one dimensional. Okay, then if I created like this one, see, this is what I'm creating like exactly. Okay, in this one, In this one, I just created one, two, okay, three rows assume. So all these horizontal lines are called as rows. So it is the zero, okay, then it is the one, then it is the two. So all these are nothing but rows. We call it as the, okay, all these are the, here I can put, we call it as the rows. We call it as the rows. Okay, so all these horizontal lines are called as a rows. So 0, 1, 2, like this one. And exactly same way I can create a columns like this one. Okay, this one. Okay, I have created like this. Okay, again that columns will be like this one. Here I just created the zeroth column. Okay, then we can see it is the one and it is the two. Not necessary number of rows and number of columns will be same. Okay, here I just created. So this is what the columns we can see. So rows and a column. So such a kind of structure, rows and column or matrix representation of array is nothing but a two-dimensional array. It is what we call it as the two-dimensional, 2D, two-dimensional array. So rows only this one side kind of structure. Okay, so in that one dimensional, but it is what the two-dimensional. Assume like if we have to store, like I have stored here A, then I have stored here a B. Okay, I have stored here a C. Okay, then I have stored here a D, then E, then F, like then E, F, G, H, then I have stored the I. Okay, so like this one, if I have stored the such kind of, then it is called as a two-dimensional. Then I have called the multi-dimensional, so we can go up to the three-dimension only. So I just create a three-dimensional array like this one. See, this is what I can create. Oh, okay, I will try to create. I just written like this one. Okay, I will try to write like this one. Okay, then this is, okay, मान के चला. I'm not that much good over here. So I just created this. Okay, I will make this one. Okay, and I will make this one. Okay, then I will write like this. Okay, this is what exactly the structure. Okay, like this one. So such a kind of arrangement is nothing but the multi-dimensional, we can say. We call it as the multi-dimensional. So here actually we can just put like this one. Okay, or we can just put like this one. So such a kind of a structure is nothing but the multi-dimensional array. So in this one there will be a row indexes, there will be a row index. So here I created the zero. Okay, row is a zero, then there is a uh, one, then there is a two. Okay, like this one. Then here actually it should have the, okay, that is what the zero, then it is the one. Okay, and here too, assume like we have created here we have created a zero. Okay, and here it is the one, like this. So such a kind of a structure is nothing but the three-dimensional here. Okay, I say MD, multi-dimensional array. Okay, so whenever we have to create the arrays, so we can just go according to our usability, we can just create like this. And in this one, we can store the value. Exactly same way we have the jagged array. Jagged array is array of arrays. That means what? We have the number of rows like this one. Okay, but number of columns are not fixed. Number of columns are not fixed. So I just created like this one. You can please see. Okay, see, like this one I'm trying. Assume. Okay, I just created like this one. Okay, I just try to create like this one. Okay, then I will try to make this one too. Okay, and like this one. See, if I create it like this one, so how many rows are here? So I can say this is the 0th row. Okay, then we have put it the 1, then we have put it 2, then we have put it the 3, then we have put it here 4. So these are nothing but the rows. These are nothing but the rows. Okay, but what is the problem? So columns are not fixed. Columns are not fixed here. I can just simply create over here. Okay, up to this one we have created. Okay, this I just linked. Okay, I can write like this one. Okay, so here, see, you can very simply observe over here. Row for each rows, columns are not fixed. So this is the 0th. Okay, then it is the 1th, then it is the 2th, it is the 3rd. Okay, then it is what, the 4th. Okay, so like that one. So columns are not fixed. All these are the columns. All these are the columns. So in jagged array, this is what we call it as the jagged array. Jagged array. So in a jagged array, for each row, each row, for each row, columns are columns not the same. We can say not the same. For each row, columns not the same. For each row, columns not same. And it is for the, we can say, jagged array. So this is what I can say, jagged. Jagged array. This is what we call it as the jagged array. Clear, guys, the difference? Yes, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So programmatically, how we can implement this, that we can see later. Okay, this was just thoroughly I explain what are the different types of array, what exactly the array, what are the advantage, what are the disadvantages of the array. Okay, so time is finished over here. We can just continue. Okay, with the next link. Wait for a few minutes.